Right-ho. Cue telecine.
50 years ago, the world was very different. The first manned space flight had only just taken place. Yet most trains were still powered by steam. And television was in black and white. Just as the 60s were about to swing, a new TV series was commissioned to feature congregations singing in their own churches. It was called Songs of Praise. In the first of 3 special programmes to celebrate our 50th birthday, we return to the church where it all began to enjoy the same hymns that were sung in the very first programme. Plus reminiscences from Geoffrey Wheeler and Sir Cliff Richard.
What do you wanna dance and all?
In 1961, Cliff Richard was already a household name.
Do you wanna dance?
It was a very exciting time because rock and roll was in its infancy. The fact that we'd even gone in and made records was exciting. The fact that television, which is something that we used to go to my aunt's house to see, in black and white, with a magnifying glass over the front to make it look bigger. Do you remember those? So the whole period was a freshness. Now, I know that we'll probably never, ever capture that again.
So what were the highlights of that time? Where were the performances you remember or the awards that came your way that were special?
Being on television, doing Sunday night at the London Palladium.
Thank you very much. And now we'd like to introduce to you our vocalist, Cliff Richard.
The young ones, darling, we're the young ones.
You could have remained very private about your faith. Instead of that, you stepped out on the stage of the Billy Graham rally in 1966, which was quite a momentous decision, really.
It was so nerve-wracking to get up and speak to these people and knowing there must have been that huge area that they have there for people when they come forward. Billy usually says to people, if you want to give your life to Jesus, come forward. This means nothing in itself, but you'll be met by somebody. Somebody will stand next to you and will help you make the next step. And that space was full of press. So I was terrified.
So as a young, enthusiastic, evangelical Christian, as you were at that time, was Songs of Praise even on your radar?
I'd be working somewhere, anywhere, and have a Sunday off or whatever, be in the hotel room. I used to tend to stay sleeping late, and I used to watch Songs of Praise there. And as the concept changed and grew, suddenly you found that you were getting people from all walks of life coming and talking about how they received their faith, how they achieved that moment of recognition of Jesus being this vital factor in our lives. And it was encouraging to see that. For me, it was encouraging.
The tranquility of the worship.
I still think we need to feel there's a focal point for all of us to be able to share our faith. And I hope that as the years go by, Songs of Praise becomes more and more necessary. It's not just a TV show.
Next week, Alan introduces the second programme celebrating our 50th anniversary with lots of magic moments from the past 50 years, the most surprising places, extraordinary people, incredible stories and inspiring music since Songs of Praise began in 1961.